My name is Brooke Moore. I've been attending Encounter for about a year now. And before coming to college, I grew up in a Presbyterian church that I went to before I was born. I was baptized in the church and even went through confirmation, which is essentially confirming your beliefs that you accepted Christ. I never really saw my relationship with God as something outside of the church and something personal to me. I didn't have any desire to know what my faith meant to me, but I knew that was something that I wanted to explore more in college. At my first encounter, when Sam spoke, I felt such a strong sense that this is where I was supposed to be. I told some of the people I had met about my feelings, and I remember Angelica drew the bridge on a napkin for me. I continued to meet with some people from the church and had some really deep questions about what this life would look like. And then one random Sunday, a few weeks after my first encounter, I accepted Christ in the middle of a Brahms. After that encounter was so motivating and encouraging for me to learn more about who Jesus was every week. After I had first accepted Christ, I was really happy and I was encouraged to keep coming to Encounter, encouraged to just learn more from reading my Bible. And then I was having some relationship struggles. I'd come into college with a high school boyfriend who we'd been dating for about a year and a half, and things were just getting really difficult. He was not in the same place as me in his faith, and he was encouraging, but I don't think he really understood what I was going through. And my grandparents and my parents, being Presbyterian, were a little uncomfortable with me attending a non-denominational church. And so I started kind of questioning, is this really true, or am I just hearing all the goodness from these people? Do I actually believe this? And so I started wrestling with some of those things, and around Thanksgiving and Christmas break, me and that boyfriend ended up breaking up, and that was really difficult for me. I viewed it as God had sent this in my life because I hadn't put my trust in him fully. I thought that he was basically blaming or punishing me for not laying everything down at his feet and trusting him completely. And after that, I just had some issues with roommates and some people in my life leaving, and just a lot of really hard things week after week. And I just felt like this is a sign that I shouldn't trust God. This is a sign that I need to turn away, and I'm not good enough to be here, and I'm not good enough for God to send good things into my life because I accepted him. I think it's really easy to just hear the answer, just keep pushing, just trust God, do whatever you want, just read your Bible and God will get you through it. But that is so hard to do sometimes. When you're going through hard things, that seems so impossible, and the idea of trusting can seem like the most impossible thing ever. Often I start doubting and questioning if God really loves me when he's let so many bad things happen in my life. And I think when I get lost and I feel hopeless, it's easy to shut people out and just want to stay in that sadness. But community is truly what's gotten me through each one of those hard situations in my freshman year. Throughout all of it, I've learned that God's character is constant even through my doubt, and that suffering is not always sent by God, but he allows it into my life to grow my faith. Even if I'm not on the other side of a situation, I know that I will grow because of the hardship that I'm going through. There's been messages where I've cried because I felt God speaking to me so deeply, and there's been times where I've struggled to even walk into worship. But every time, I know someone is there to comfort and encourage me no matter what I'm going through, and because of that, Encounter has always been a constant in my freshman year. I never really imagined that I would be so deeply invested in a church and just want to know more about my relationship with Christ.